Collecting all the gunpowder together, he adjusted the weight of each bullet and made simple trigger-activated landmines. Then he dug a trench outside the yard, lined it with waterproof plastic sheets, and filled it with gasoline. He set the triggering devices on the path the enemies had to take. Finally, he covered everything with turf to hide all traces. Because there were so many traps, he had to mark them carefully on a blueprint. Otherwise, he might accidentally set them off himself. Next, he hammered nails into wooden planks and hung them above the tunnel entrance. Then he sharpened lengths of rebar into steel spikes and laid them under the attic floor. Even his double-barreled shotgun was sawed off and placed in spots where enemies were most likely to pass. He then carved sharp spikes from knives and assembled them into auto-triggering traps. But these traps could only wait passively for prey. For direct combat, he needed weapons. He took out his old compound bow from storage and adjusted it back to maximum draw weight. Most shocking of all, he somehow managed to get his hands on a claymore mine and a hefty block of C4 explosive to cut off any possible escape routes. It was clear Rambo had no intention of letting them leave alive. From cold weapons to firearms, he deployed everything he had, all to make sure these scumbags would never return. And the one who pushed this 70-year-old man to the brink was none other than the adopted daughter he had raised with his own hands. He had never married or had children in his life. It wasn't until his late 50s that he adopted a girl. But on the girl's 18th birthday, she suddenly said she had found her biological father. Although Rambo knew the man was a scumbag, out of love for his daughter, he agreed to let her meet her real father. But what the girl never expected was that the father she had struggled so hard to find would turn out to be worse than worthless.
How did you find me? Just now, you looked just like your mother. You could almost be her twin.
Thank you. I need to ask you a question. Why did you leave us? I'm just trying to understand why you would just go like that.
Because one day, I looked at your mother and you and realized you both didn't mean anything to me anymore. I know it's hard to understand. And she fucking dies and leaves me with you, who I never wanted. Any more questions?
The man's words cut through all her fantasies like a blade. When he coldly shut the door in her face, she was too heartbroken to react. She ran out of the apartment in tears, where her best friend was waiting impatiently. She wanted to drive home right away, but her friend insisted the roads were dangerous at night and suggested going to a bar to relax. The girl, wanting to vent, agreed, so they headed to a bar together. But as soon as she stepped onto the dance floor, she was approached by a bearded man, naive and inexperienced. She had no idea how dirty the nightlife could be. After sizing her up, the man locked onto his target for the night. With a mix of drugs and alcohol, her nightmare began. When she regained consciousness, she found herself in the hands of human traffickers. The place was full of kidnapped girls, with no chance of escape. Any girl with even a bit of beauty was forcibly injected with hallucinogens and forced to entertain customers, becoming money-making tools for the criminal organization. By the time Rambo received news of his daughter's disappearance, it was already the following afternoon.
Get an address?
On her father's door.
The news sent him into a furious rage. He jumped into his pickup and drove across the Mexican border. Using the information from the note, he quickly tracked down the girl's biological father. But the man didn't care about his daughter's fate at all. Barely a few words in, he tried to slam the door shut.
Where is she?
I don't know anything.
All this shit is because of you. I should have broke your fucking neck 10 years ago.
Rambo didn't waste time arguing. Instead, he turned to the daughter's friend to ask what really happened that night. She only admitted they had gone to a bar together, and that she got so drunk she couldn't remember anything. She insisted she had no idea where the girl went, as she desperately tried to distance herself from the situation. Rambo's gaze fell on the bracelet she wore.
Where'd you get this?
She gave it to me, man.
It was her mother's. She'd never give it to you. You sold her out. She was your friend.
Fuck you, get out of my place!
The woman eventually led Rambo to the bar and pointed out the bearded man sitting in the middle booth. He was the one who had approached the girl that night. Once Rambo confirmed his target, he told the woman to get out of his sight, then calmly moved to the side, quietly waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Sure enough, as soon as the bearded